we see a lot of what we saw, and yet Thailand doesn't seem to be rolling out with that. They are rolling out with the Hammond, so not quite going to be your average Anubis defense.
I'm a little bit sad. This is where we would love to see that Junkrat come out. Punk maybe faking the Junkrat just a little bit, but Thailand wants to go with this more aggressive dive composition here, and I do like the setup here. You know, if Australia ends up running a Widowmaker, they could be really punished by that Hammond Somber Doomfist. That's a composition that's able to reach very, very deep in your spawn in its initial initiation. Apudo is going to be able to scout things out, make all the calls for Team Thailand, let them know where to dive, and that makes such a huge difference for Pattyfan and the Doomfist. One of Doomfist's biggest weaknesses is if he has to use his cooldowns to scout, but Somber can really ameliorate that by scouting for you and allowing you to blind initiate around corners and get right on those juicy, squishy supports.
But with no Mercy and no shield tank, is that going to be reliable for a full hold?
Well, it's going to be about those initiations, getting them clean and consistent, and getting Apudo to that EMP so they can start that ultimate cycle. Australia, though, looking to get this first fight win. This is probably their best chance.
We'll see just how this works out. Huss, of course, going to the back, setting things on up, and Thailand being highly aggressive, but it's not decisive, really, in how they go in. Australia is able to shake it on off, and now I'd argue Thailand is a bit with their tail between their legs here, as Mickey is getting really wounded in the back.
Huss managing to take down Apudo, maybe with the hack there. Hussa, though, taken down by Pattyfan. Pattyfan can start to snowball here, finds two, maybe gets more. Mickey takes down a Kraken, but a few going down for the side of Team Thailand. I mean, they are cleaning up this fight, but that Pavita will not be back when Australia's spawners are there.
Huss was just gifted the Pattyfan there from Panties, but see what works out as Australia regroups. Even if there was a spawn advantage, I think it's going to be gone by the time they get back.
Nice decision-making by Custody here. Doesn't want to play Lucio into that Somber Doom. Two characters with the movement control to deny Lucio his classic wall-riding ability. So the Mercy, and also love to see this, the Pharah, very difficult to deal with for Team Thailand. Essentially, their only answer is a hack from Apudo, and if he can't find that, CKM is going to run rampant.
I want to have faith that Pattyfan can somehow punch the Pharah out of the air. It's not super likely, but man, would it be cool. We see Thailand, though, holding the back. They go in off the Hammond. You're going to see the Nano Boost move on in. Mickey controlling the top, not letting the Pharah go up there, but Pattyfan ends up getting picked off. And it was a Nano Boost on the Apudo, where not usually the most ideal Nano target. So Thailand now, down a player. Australia, rejuvenated, moving on in. Oh, wow! Apudo able to get that CKM from long range.
But Trill punishing with a Nano Boost of his own. Supports for Australia dropping so low, but saving each other. And Custa's almost with the Valkyrie. Trill, combo rage on point, he's gonna commit it. Doomfist is hacked, no movement control to shut down this Winston.
Trill right now making a little bit of space, looking for more, diving on in, doesn't want to get slept, of course, but Australia, they're on trouble on the backhand side. Custa steps into a mine, and Thailand keeps the fight to Australia. This is great to watch, 2 minutes off the clock.
Tituan looking very, very good on this Hammond. Pattyfan finally getting a little bit of momentum here on this Doomfist, and with the EMP, this is a great opportunity to continue the snowball. Huss dies late, nice hack from Apudo.
Yeah, Huss not getting out of there that time as Thailand. This defense, it's been a lot more durable than expected, I'd say.
And Thailand with only one ultimate, also the Nano Boost as well. So two ultimates, but if you're going to have one ultimate, you'd rather it be an EMP, shutting down those enemy ultimates, really reducing any advantage that tempo lead might give. Thailand maybe looking for a full hold here.
I think they're on their way. Mickey's been doing such a good job of holding on to the top, so they have Thorn on Australia's side. The EMP drops off, and oh boy, CKM finally has enough of Mickey, gets him off the top. Suddenly he has a path. Multiple pickups coming here for Australia. Thailand might have dove a little bit too hard in that particular instance, as now we're going to see Australia just easily get to point A.
And both Sombers we saw running into each there, both realizing that the other was right next to them, but Huss a little bit more decisive, instantly drops that EMP. Apudo tries to, but gets caught in the animation and loses his ultimate charge. So great play from Huss, completely shutting them down, and CKM just completely destroying them. No abilities to deal with the barrage, so there's no answers.
Now, to be clear, that's still pretty good defense coming out from Thailand. They burned 3 minutes off the clock, and it's not really a snowball situation.
Certainly, but it doesn't feel like they really have an answer for CKM's Pharah here. I mean, again, it's going to be all on Apudo and Panties to find that initiation.
We're going to see the highly aggressive engagement from Thailand. Use an Nano Boost, throw it on Winston, dive on in, and they get a Kraken, but I'm not sure it's really working out the way they want. They're going to get punished. CKM unaccounted for, just getting on Thailand before they're able to retreat, and now Australia going to get some really valuable positioning here if they play their cards right.
Picks going both ways, though, which will favor the defenders with their much closer spawn position. Mickey gets punished for his self-destruct by Punk, but it looks like Thailand is going to stabilize here. CKM backing off of the Pharah, doesn't want to get caught out, just wants to get that clean reset. And now, almost all 6 ultimates ready for Team Australia. As soon as this EMP is ready, I would expect to see them pick quickly. Apudo a little bit behind on that EMP charge.
Meanwhile, look to CKM, he's really fishing for the barrage. barrage, but Custo's down. And even though the barrage is nice, it picks down 2. You're down your mercy. Thailand has done enough. Both supports for Australia down, and this push as good as done.
Great aggression there from Team Thailand. Apudo with the scout recognizes that Mercy is catchable, and committing is PattyFan. On the Winston here, I love to see this. The DPS player playing Winston to enable Titawa to stay on that Hammond, and now this triple tank Sombra, such an aggressive composition. These tanks can all be scouted for and set up for by Apudo. But Husk, huge EMP, gets all 3 tanks.
It's a nice EP to set the stage. They use it to get the Brigida on the other end. Australia, we're the man advantage. The tanks for Thailand. We're down for a while from the EMP, and right now, Australia is not stopping. Pick off after pick off. Trill pummels Panties right in the back. And you see Australia now start to move on to the point. The EMP comes up for Apudo, but where's Bomber gonna be? Your time team's dead. What are you looking for there? CKM continues to rain down rockets.
Winston's bubble takes down the entire minefield, essentially neutralizing that ultimate. Mickey hacked again, can't escape this situation. CKM on the air here. There's no more D.Va to stop these rockets. He's completely cleaning up these tanks, but the Primal Rage is gonna get him a little bit too much help for that Winston.
Thailand right now desperately trying to delay Australia. Looking for more nano boosted Farah. Oh, gets slapped, but not before Rocket falls. Gonna res the fallen, but it's Australia fighting against the tide right now. And yet, they've got a few pickups. There's life in Australia yet. Thailand, they put off the gas. The nano Farah didn't quite work out for them as well as they wanted. And suddenly Thailand is getting back from the brink.
Mickey, great swap on the Roadhog, gets a ton of value in these late fight situations, but get hacked and maybe potentially will fall here. Australia looking to stream back in with their respawners. Very risky to commit to a fight like this, though.
This is actually pretty okay for Thailand, even though it's so close to being a capture. They've locked Australia into this back and forth brawl where both teams are trading out, but the defense loves that. The defense craves it, and Australia finally realizes what's going on, and they get out.
This is a classic assault situation. It's so hard to have the discipline to back out of those fights. They feel so winnable for Australia, but they're just not able to convert, and even making a few desperation swaps to get back, that's going to cost them a lot of ultimates. Husk, though,
oh, okay, that was real close to being a real letter number situation. As Trill on the other end deals with Titawa, who is far out. Husk drops the EMP to a Thailand team in disarray. Australia has already picked off 2. They're coming back on in, and Thailand does not have room. And a part of that is because so much early progress from Husk has set them up. Thailand has no room for error.
Certainly here, Mickey not able to find that self-destruct in time, just instantly taken down, not able to remake. Now it's just tanks streaming back into the point for Team Thailand. They're desperately trying to restore and somehow get this hold. The Power Rage comes out. Australia might have some damage problems, especially with CKM going down.
Australia, they desperately want to finish this, in Thailand stubbornly not falling. Patafon on the Winston gets the primal pickoff with the nano boost. Thailand coming back into the fight once more. Australia, you're down to the final minutes.
Really, the difference maker there was taking down CKM before that blade was coming up. The crowd roars. They love to see Thailand coming back from these very dangerous break scenarios, but Thailand certainly not going to feel comfortable with fight wins like that. That was too close for comfort.
Apudo holding the EMP now, something that could be key to this next fight. CKM has the blade. That interaction could be real good, although Apudo so close to getting picked off. Luckily he's able to get away, drops the EMP, gets perhaps enough. No, he's punished. Australia's able to shrug a lot of that off. However, the trade-outs mean they can't get a clean fight, and they're down to their final 20 seconds.
Titawa doesn't want to commit there, doesn't want to feed in these final seconds. That's good decision-making, good patience, even if he could have potentially caught Custa there. But a lot of ultimates coming up for Australia. If Husk can get this initial touch to start the fight, potentially with the EMP as well, Australia could be looking at an overtime cap here.
We'll see what happens now to the final second. CKM, nano blade up, the Kraken down for Australia, and Patafon was able to get both supports in the back. CKM got Precious Little with the Dragon Blade, and Thailand, they're gonna hold firm here at point B. The crowd is roaring, and overtime starting to tick away. Australia unable to get on through. Thailand holding firm here on Anubis.
You know, we've seen a lot of DPS players make the swap to Winston to enable their main tank to play the Hammond, but PattyFan looking better than anyone else I've seen doing that same role swap. Looking really good on this Winston. Great engages, constantly getting on the back line, shutting down those heals from a Kraken and Custom. We saw the plays they made last map, so really great to see that attention given to the supports.
Let's just be clear on PattyFan, by the way. DPS main, by the way.
Yeah, DPS main, but bringing it out on Winston, not a character that many DPS players are that comfortable on, so it's good to see that flexibility come to bear. That's not even a role swap I think we've ever seen in the Overwatch meta, not for a long time certainly, so it's cool to see players with their unique specialties able to enable their teams to play in unique swap styles that others can't just can't do. If you know, if your DPS player just can't play Winston, then you're forced into strange, weird compositions that you don't want to be playing just to sort of enable those hero pools.
So for Thailand, of course, they're now the masters of their own destiny. All they need to do to take the map, to keep the series in contention, is simply capture point B.
There will be no draws here on Temple of Anubis. 94% is the goal for Thailand. Of course, on point B, going to have to get through point A first. Australia with a composition that's really designed to deny them on that point A. Junkrat and Widow, if they can start to snowball those picks, can really shut things down for Team Thailand. But Thailand as well get a big ultimate bank, and we saw how dangerous that was. Team China playing this comp to perfection. Thailand, of course, following in their footsteps, says, hey, maybe we can do that too. And, of course, they do have the players to fit that Genji and Sombra role, so it makes a lot of sense.
And I have to ask, what do you think about the swap-ups we're seeing for Australia here, where we see Huss at times go Sombra, at times go Widow? How do you feel about how Australia is just deciding to run these compositions?
Very interesting to see both players with DPI switches here. Certainly going to want to play with probably a little lower sensitivity than that on a Widowmaker.
No, absolutely not. You want to just breathe on your mouse and get the headshot.
Ooh,
that's how it works.
Love this trap. Love it, love it. Because that's a trap that's going to catch a Genji or a Sombra. Both of those characters are going to want to fly through that middle window, so we'll see if it ends up paying off here. Great decision making from CKM.
I do really just want to watch a trap and see, okay, is someone going to step on it? Because I think you're right. I do think it's Genji bait. We'll see just how it works. Oh boy, they're thinking about going up there, Jake.
And with Huss watching.
Oh!
Ooh, he slips past. Manages to not fall in that trap. Makes a huge difference there. And now maybe we'll expect it this time? No.
Well, you hit the Widow Mine before, not the trap. And now you see Huss.
Rocket.
Yeah, Huss gets the pick off. Patafan, it's going to slow him down a bit, but he's back. You know, it's sort of Metal Gear Genji. He's got into the back line. No, there's no exclamation marks. He's fine.
Patafan trying to get this around here, needs to come in from behind, but Huss protected by his Brigida and his on it. It's going to be so difficult to dive this Widowmaker. You're just going to receive an instant bash into a potential sleep. Could always shut things down for the offense.
Meanwhile, you got Huss here in the back, not really under too much pressure, looking for the Diva D-Mac. 100 HP. Oh, not quite able to get around to the other side. Huss gonna back up, Genji in his face, and down he goes. It's Rocket, DPS Lucio in the back. Thailand now, not quite gonna get what they want. They get one pick off, but Australia still dangerously firm right now at this point.
Committing so heavily for the Widow. They're punished by the surviving members of Team Australia. CKM doesn't realize where the damage is coming from. Finally figures it out and gets saved by his teammates. Great stabilization there from Australia. Punishing Thailand for focusing the Widow that aggressively. Of course, the Ana and Brigida able to sort of play free when they know that much pressure is being targeted at their Widowmaker.
All right, so Thailand doing a bit of change up here. And okay, I was going to say offensive Orisa. That's a little bit weird, Mickey, but no. Just wanted to get back in the Diva Mech. Patafan on the Widow, but getting through the Orisa can be pretty hard as a Widow.
I'm very surprised to see the Widow swap here. This is not a traditional dive composition. Of course, Huss is going to have such a massive advantage, able to use A, a lead on Infrasight, but B, this Orisa shield, you know, a wall right in front of you. The enemy Widowmaker just can't deal with us. I don't expect to see Thailand ever taking down this Orisa shield. Maybe they're going to rely on the EMP to do just that.
And meanwhile, of course, they have the Infrasight up, so you see Thailand basically stuck in a holding pattern here where they're just going, how do we actually move on in? And Australia, they're fine. Huss actually getting dangerously suspicious of the right-hand side. As Tito on falls, Huss able to rotate back over in time, gets the damage. CKM goes, you know what, let me just run some people over. Goes for the D-Mac. It's good containment right now from Australia.
Australia doing such a great job, and not even a tick for the side of Thailand. Huss has Patafan's number.
Not quite able to finish off Lucio, but that's why he can grapple on in and hit the wall and not hit Lucio.
And this is great mind games from Huss. You know, traditionally, if you're Thailand, you would expect to see the Widow playing behind the Orisa shield, but Huss bucking that narrative comes from an alternate peek angle, and you see Patafan's just not ready for it. Swapping back to the Genji, a bit of indecision here from Team Thailand. They're stymied on first point. This EMP has to be huge by Apudo.
You're absolutely right. For Apudo, this EMP is the difference between series life and series death, where he's going to have the translocator in the upper right. He's going to rotate around, but Australia, the way they're positioning, they're not getting great EMP opportunities here. They do get the hack onto the Diva, so they're working with that. Huss, oh, he had a great opportunity, doesn't connect, and that can come back to haunt them. Tito down deep and dirty, got a Primal Rage, looking for the knockoffs, move back the other way, CKM, getting some value on the Junkrat to the backhand side. The Winston here is not as effective as one. Tito gonna fall, chunked on down, Primal Rage or no. And Australia is in firm control right now. Patafan blown up. And now in map 3 of 4, Thailand down into the final 25 seconds.
Thailand committing the Primal Rage and the Nano Boost to that fight. Now they're in a really rough position in this final contest. CKM almost ready for the Riptire. When you're in these final seconds, forced to touch point, this is when the Riptire is absolutely most effective. It's going to be so hard for Patafan to get a good blade off here. But Aputo looking to EMP the high ground.
Goes for the EMP, and this is what they needed. Gives them the early initiation. They get the Orisa. CKM though, EMP's about roaring off. He's gonna say, fire in the hole. Here comes the tire. Looking for anything. This could be the dagger. Thailand already down. It's gonna get the D-Mac, and Australia, even though their point B attack, not so good. Their point A defense is actually sublime. Overtime ticking down, and Australia just a little bit away from taking the series.
What a huge pick down. Rocket early in the fight. Thailand just trickling back in, forced to use the beat just to keep that point contest going. Tiawa completely controlled. Great team play there from Australia. Such tight coordination. It felt like they just couldn't get those the Ana or the Brigida pick. The both supports defending each other perfectly. Great use of the cooldowns by Custa.
Just when you think Thailand is going to go, okay, you know what, we're going to make this series, we're going to make the fourth and final map truly the battleground, Australia comes in big with that final hold, and I gotta say, the defense was just very calm, cool, and collected.
Certainly, we saw them retreating out of the fight when things started to look grim and then recollecting with their teammates and taking the fight again. That's the discipline that you see from really top-level teams. Australia, very cool, calm, and collected in the clutch. Thailand, not so much.
Yeah, and I mean, I have to ask this here too. When you're a team and you have a really good defense, are there some times where collectively you can almost let your foot off the gas a little bit, thinking like, okay, the next push, it's going to be easy. We don't have to go that far. And then suddenly you just go, wait, we didn't even get point A.
I mean, that's what happens when you're maybe a little bit nervous. You're not exactly, you haven't maybe prepped as well as you would have liked. I saw a little bit of indecision there. Patafan making the switch to Widow, doesn't really find anything, doesn't feel comfortable, goes back to the Genji, and at that point, there's 3 minutes off the clock. You should have just stayed at Genji, get that Nano Blade, use those combos that your strategy is relying on. When you switch to the Widowmaker, that kind of takes the legs out from under your strategy. You still have the EMP and the Nano, but nanoing a Winston into an EMP is much less effective than a Nano Blade. So really, it felt like Thailand not so sure what they wanted to do there. It really felt like their strategy, maybe they lost a little bit of confidence there, and that's what you really hate to see.
No doubt about it. And one thing that's really worth noting here is for Thailand, this now, they're not eliminated, but it does make their path to BlizzCon much, much more difficult because, again, as noted, so far here in the Overwatch World Cup, there's yet to be a team that has gone to BlizzCon after suffering 2 losses. And for Thailand, it would also mean that they would have to get through Sweden, get through China. They're not out of it, but man, they would like to win this 4th map, and they would like to get a little bit of help.
Yeah, they're definitely in a tough spot at this point, losing a little bit of control over their own destiny. They're going to have to rely on the other top teams dropping games that they shouldn't. Not a position you want to be in if you're Thailand. But remember, in this format, every map matters. So Thailand is going to be fighting tooth and nail to end this series 3-1 as opposed to 4-0.
Well, we'll see what they do to make that a 3-1. Let's take a look at the 4th map. What's it going to be? My guess would be Rialto, and yeah, it's going to be Rialto. So Rialto, again, it's like, you want a little bit of spice in your life, you bring it to Rialto.
When nothing's working, pick Rialto.
I actually got an infamous reputation during the interviews with the players here. It's just like, I asked every team, so what do you think about Rialto? Because it is such a decisive map that oftentimes can really flip things on its head, that can be upset potential, and a lot of teams like playing it.
I feel that Thailand is not going to be as strong on this map as other teams are, though. I mean, this is traditionally a map that really favors those tanky Rhine Zarya setups, and it doesn't feel like that's the way Thailand wants to play, so I'm a little bit surprised to see them taking it here as opposed to something like a Route 66 where that Sombra, that Genji are going to be really, really impactful. So Thailand feeling like they maybe want to go with those tankier setups, maybe just anything to change things up. I mean, when you're down 3-0, sometimes you have to just change things up and hope it works. So Thailand looking to reset the momentum, change the strategies, and just answer what Australia is doing, because so far they haven't been able to.
Now, let me ask you this, given that Thailand just had a lot of trouble getting through point A on Temple of Anubis, and, that's sort of a sign that they're up against coordinated defense and also had some coordination issues of their own, right? What does that mean when you go up on Rialto, where point A Rialto is feared for good reason? It's real hard for offenses to get through on it.
Yeah, closing out that final meters of that Rialto first point has been really something that many teams just aren't able to do. So Team Thailand setting up with this double sniper composition, gonna give them a little bit more aggressive potential, but at the same time, I don't love this comp here from Team Thailand. It feels like what's pushed Double Sniper out of vogue is the Sombra. I mean, with that infinite stealth duration, you can scout those snipers, and once they're scouted and their locations are known, I mean, normally when you get scouted on a sniper, you recognize that. You see the Genji peek you, okay, now it's time to relocate, and then that information is lost. But against the Sombra, you never know when you've been scouted. You're always worried about that. So I really would be surprised to see the Double Sniper be successful here. Australia perfectly teched against it. The Diva and the Hammond, two of the best tanks against snipers. So difficult to sneak headshots through these tanks.
And it would be a testament to Hammond here as well, right? Where Hammond's a little bit weaker right now on the live client, where, you know, his dive is a little bit slower here in person, and yet teams are still running him from time to time where his natural strengths are just too much to ignore.
Well, we talked with Australia, and they said they think Trill is one of the best in the world.
Oh!
Mickey, what a knockoff.
So Jake, I need to give a lesson to you as one caster to now another, right? Casters have incredible power. Right when you're about to praise a player, that's when they get dunked into a river. Use your power wisely.
This is my first caster curse moment, and I know how it feels. Patty Fan sniping down a Kraken, gonna force another reset from the side of Australia. Great aggression from Thailand, understanding with that initial pick. Oh no.
Oh.
Waiting it out this time.
Okay, Mickey going, oh boy, this actually isn't gonna work this time. Although actually,
oh no.
He's
Okay.
just like, all right, why don't you roll a little bit closer to the river, see what happens.
Trill might want to find a new angle of approach here on the flank.
You would think, right? But I think Mickey's gonna stay there until it stops working. Meanwhile, Abudo on the Hanzo, looking for, oh, wow,
Nice
okay, that was good.
Abudo looking really good on this Hanzo, going very aggressive. Thailand finding their footing on the sniper. Abu waving.
This is like BlizzCon 2016 Abudo, where he just absolute monstrous moments here on the Hanzo, and so far Australia has yet to have an answer.
Certainly, they're trying to build momentum with this Hammond, really relying on those nanoblades and those EMPs to get things done here on offense. But so far, it's been a slow build, and already almost 2 minutes off the clock. Trill is way up in the sky, though, but Patty Fan taking down a Huss. That's going to take the legs out from under Australia. With no hacks to set up, it's going to be hard, but Trill getting on the supports, wants to separate them from their team. There's no heals for the tanks now for Team Thailand. Titawat is all on his own. At least has to work with Mickey.
Patty Fan able to get the DMAC. Meanwhile, Trill gonna be putting the wrecking in the ball right now, going to the backhand side, but still pretty low. Able to get his way out of danger, but Abudo on the other end, just continuing to get good damage. Gonna drop the Dragon to split aside Australia even further, and this has been a surprisingly strong defense from Thailand so far.
Huss finds the Widowmaker. That's going to open things up for the side of Australia. The Widow is one of the most difficult things to deal with for Kraken's Ana, so potentially this Nanoblade could be huge. Patty Fan popping his Infrasight, but switching instantly to Genji. Not going to commit to this fight, and now Australia has so many ults to work with, all 6 available. They want to snowball this first point of Rialto.
The strange thing is, though, it still might be a 2-fight territory with how the spawns are here. We'll see where it's at. Huss, that's stunned early on. The blade from CKM, though, gonna connect. Mickey out of it. CKM, though, gets shattered. Still finds his way to Rocket in the end. So 2 down for Thailand, but this is where defense on Rialto can thrive.
Certainly, but not with extra supports. It's really going to be up to Panties and Rocket to get back in the fight. Support this right now as a contest card, but Abudo finds Trill. Trill overextending there. That minefield would have been so crucial here. And now, again, Thailand regaining control. It really does feel like this is their map. Australia
down to the very final man in Rialto. Rialto, the upset master map of Overwatch World Cup, certainly of Overwatch contenders. We'll see if Thailand can just get 1 to 2 more fights.
Trill, very favorable, says he's very confident on this Hammond, but so far really just hasn't been able to make anything happen here. Potentially able to get something with the mind.
We have the Dragon, though, coming right on us, Australia. Oh, okay, self-destruct gonna get 2, and that's exactly what Australia needed here to get a little bit of momentum. They dealt with Abudo, who's been a thorn in their side, and Mickey somehow still alive, but his shield's gonna break. And now Thailand. How long can you delay? This is the make or break moment here on Rialto, but Australia is really just making it a break moment as they break Thailand right here and now. They get point A.
A little bit of inexperience from Thailand. This is the same problem they've had before, but Trill going so deep with this minefield. It's going to be so hard for Mickey to retreat out of the position.
Udo takes down Huss, and Thailand, very admirable defense, but we'll see if they can keep it up on point B. Obviously, about 2 minutes and 30 seconds sent to the other side, and really, in terms of momentum, Australia can pick some up here.
Certainly, Thailand, though, coming up on the Nanoblade. Could shut things down with no defensive ults available for Team Australia. The Nanoblade can be crushing. It's going to be up to Huss to hack Patty Fan, deny those dash resets.
CKM holding on to the blade, eyeing up the other team, waiting for the right opportunity to go in, and Huss is giving him that scouting information close to the EMP. I think he thought he would already have enough, but gets Abudo anyways, makes it a double with the 8 of Trill, and in the end, they don't need to use all their tools. They're able to save the EMP, and this is quite good for Australia.
Nice decisiveness from Australia. Thailand very close to the nano blade of their own, but even deeper, doesn't want to let them use it at all. But the rally gets off from Mickey, going to keep everybody alive except for Rocket, looking to recontest and hold the second point. Arch to Thailand.
Unbridled aggression coming in, but Thailand goes, you know what? We're not a fan of that. Here comes a blade of her own. The nano boosted Genji finding on Patafan, going up to the top. Okay, back up a bit, but I do think that was a bit of an overextension for Australia.
Yeah, I like the idea from Huss. You know, he knows that Thailand is sitting on a big ultimate bank. Potentially, you can EMP them there and clean up. But of course, the spawn is right there. Mickey getting his rally off, and at that point, there's just no way to get through that armor.
So I gotta say, there's something real scary here. We know that Huss is one to go for back caps. Look at how close the payload is to the very end. I think Huss is gonna go for it.
I mean, you should certainly touch it, at least stop the car from rolling back. That makes a huge difference on this map. And Cam back to the far. It's gonna be all up to a Pudo and Panties. Of course, no Diva on the side of Thailand right now, so nothing to stop this Baron damage.
So we just saw Huss go to the back. There's too many members of Thailand there for him to go for it, but they can just bait Thailand up a bit. Still could be long, but no, Australia, they're just gonna go in. They drop the self-destruct, and T1 able to look towards it. Oh boy, Trill sleeping on the job. A nice sleep dart once more, leading to his death. And Thailand from control.
But at the same time, a Kraken and CKM both producing. There's no more answers for CKM. It's all of Yofuto. He has to be able to take it down, but the Nano Boost is going to give him so much EHP. It's too difficult to deal with. Mickey is just running from this Farah. She's such a terror in the skies here, able to do essentially whatever she wants. Coming up on a barrage is CKM, looking to lay into the backs of Thailand.
Even with the Nano Boost, he wasn't able to land enough rockets. Thailand was beefy enough on the point, so essentially, we reset back to 0. Huss, lucky not to get picked off. Pudo, though, down. A man advantage now for Australia. CKM, hold on to the barrage, waiting to let it loose here. Nice rocket on the Patafan, and as a result, Australia gonna be getting point B.
Very clean directs by CKM. Doesn't even need to use the barrage to end that fight. And now Huss with the EMP. EMP, one of the best combos for barrage in the game. You know, abilities are really what you rely on to take down that Farah. Oh, and Huss capitalizing on another nice direct by CKM. Great teamwork there.
You know what? That is exactly what we want for Sombra. It's not just utility. Sometimes you want to get the pickoffs as well. Australia now working the momentum as they look towards the final point. Huss setting up for that EMP. And there it is. Drops the EMP right away. CKM, there's the follow through. Rocket after rocket. Let's make it rain. Takes down the McCree. McCree got 2, though, at the very end. So even though Australia's winning the fight, they're not going to have the momentum they would otherwise have.
Great awareness by T1 as well. Gets EMP'd and just goes straight to card. Knows he's going to lose the fight, but now is guaranteeing his team another chance. And now they have a few ultimates to work with. The Nano Boost, Rally, Beat, and almost another Shatter. So Thailand potentially looking to stabilize. Great decision making by T1. Knows the fight is lost, but denies the card progress. And again, this game is all about the objectives.
Meanwhile, the Kraken holding on to the Nano Boost here for Australia. What could be the difference maker? Throws on the Trill. Oh, again asleep. How many times do you have to see this movie? Oh my. Oh, Mother of Mercy.
Mother of Mercy. The high noon of your dreams as McCree.
Oh, I don't even. What a great sleep dart.
I know who's got gold damage right now.
Yeah, that was quite a bit.
That's a quick couple thousand damage there, pouring out very quickly, setting up for those final recontesters. Australia has a very tough test ahead of them. T1 ready to lay him with the shatter, but he's dropping low. Oh, barely saved by his team.
T1 holding on to the Euro Shadow, look for the opportunity. You gotta crack that bubble, you gotta drop the hammer. Waiting, drops the hammer and gets nothing. Hammer ends up getting absolutely nada on the Australian side, so it's not gonna be the difference maker, but you know who was? It was a Pudo. Got Trill, Mickey diving in even deeper. 2 pickoffs from Thailand, and now it's all about the cleanup.
Australia coming up on support ult, but it's just too little too late here. Thailand holding strong on the card. They just can't get through Mickey's armor. Great defense from Team Thailand there at the end. Shatter, for some reason, not connecting. I'm not exactly sure why, but that
was weird.
Work here.
That was weird. Look, I was like, I feel like that should have hit, but look, I mean, I know sometimes that could be on the margins, but end of the day, it didn't hit. So that's where it was.
But you know what? They didn't need it, is what it goes to show. Mickey getting enough value on that Brigida, shutting down the Genji in the back line, and Trill as well, not finding anything. So really great defense there, finally stabilizing on last. But again, this is Rialto. I mean, getting through first point is usually all you need to do, and getting that close to last is sometimes just as good as a full cap. So if Australia can hold things on first and second point, that failure at the end of offense just won't matter.
You know, I have to say, by the way, is that, you know, even though they say McCree's pretty good at checking time, I don't think I'd want McCree to be my alarm clock after what I saw in that last game.
Oh, man. I mean, the sleeps this series have been absolutely insane. I can't recall a series in which I've seen this many ultimates, Nano Boost Primals, Dragon Blades, all slept one after the other, and a Kraken has been getting the best of it. Got to give it to him.
Look, there's just a plague of narcolepsy right now in Bangkok where heroes are falling over. People don't really know why they're falling asleep. Usually they might think it's an after effect of getting nano boosted. Who really knows? But it's been fun to watch.
I'm just really happy to see Ana back in the meta. These big plays, so fun to watch, so exciting to play with and against. I mean, it's a huge amount of playmaking potential in every single part of her kit. So I'm just happy to see her back in the game, getting all the use that she deserves, and really just both teams making great use of all of her kit.
No doubt about it. And hey, I think right now if you're an Ana player where you're just like, look, there's been a long time where I've not been able to play Ana. It's just like, when do I get to see Ana represented at the highest levels of Overwatch play? When does she make a return? Time is now.
Right now, and we see how far Thailand must get to secure the victory here on Rialto. Australia wants none of that. Oh, and how could I forget? What a great map to defend with on Pharah. CKM is certainly going to be in his comfort zone here, so Thailand going to need to produce really, really well here to knock Australia off this first point.
And I mean, the key there is going to be Petafan, right? Where Petafan needs to find a way to get on CKM, and already striking 2 shots, but none of them to the head. And as a result, Petafan falls a little bit overextended, but that was close.
Petafan punished for that aggression, had his chances though. I mean, it was a good play, just wasn't able to find the connections. Rezzed up his Petafan, but CKM getting a lot of value in the interim.
Meanwhile, Thailand, of course, this is trouble. Getting through Rialto first, not easy. They were full health back on Temple of Anubis. They don't want to be full held here again. And Australia doing pretty well here. A lot of pressure. Tinoak goes, please heal. Someone heal me.
Someone heal me, getting slowly zapped down by Winston. That's one of the worst ways to go in Overwatch. Petafan gets another chance, not able to connect.
I mean, so far, he's been hitting the bar, just hasn't been hitting the head case, and it's kind of the target you want to hit in the end. So, Petafan going to be going off on a journey here on the flank.
Yeah, a ton of heals available from Custa and a Kraken, so he's going to need to be bursting CKM to be able to take him down at all. But CKM using the benefit of Huss's scouting ability. Ooh, Petafan on the flank, and this time does it with the body shot.
Always shoot the body. That is the Petafan motto right now, and hey, it worked out up until the resin.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. That was a little bit up close and personal. Doesn't quite work out. Thailand in some trouble here as Australia, keeping an iron hold on the point so far. Yeah, that's the end to the fight. You get both supports, you get the DMAC for good measure. CKM dominant on the far end here so far.
And here's the thing, we see Petafan take down CKM, but the res comes in and Petafan falls. Now there's no more answers to CKM. He's totally free to go for that really aggressive barrage in the backline. Great use of utility and understanding the map there by CKM. Really doing a great job on the Pharaoh so far.
Australia already burning about 2 minutes off the clock. 2 minutes left to go, and Petafan just gets stomped by Trill. Okay, yeah, Trill's going. He's like, I'm angry. I'm real angry. Let's go in even deeper. Let's play some juggling. And as a result, it is completely discombobulating Thailand. But Thailand, they're building up a reserve.
Panty dropping low, able to be saved by the support. It really feels like Australia's playing this defense like an offense. They're getting right in Thailand's face and not giving them the setups they want. Petafan keeping that pressure, doesn't feel like he can continue to play Widowmaker. Makes the switch over to Soldier. Apuno though with a big EMP. The Nano Boost though keeping Trill alive in the fight. CKM finds
Tinoak gets nothing with that Earth Shatter, nothing but the streets. And as a result, Australia still in a good position. They did lose CKM, but you look at Huss, he has the EMP out, and he's just gonna wait a little bit longer, drop the EMP, deback the Diva, the self-destruct right on schedule. Doesn't connect though, so wasn't quite in the right spot, and Huss goes, all right, I'll do my own follow-through. I got an SMG, I got some moves.
You know, coming into the series, I would have thought Opuno's a Sombra specialist. This is his meta, but Huss has just been getting the better of it and time again. Great work by Huss, setting up his team for really sweet plays, and Thailand trying to commit to this fight. They do have a close spot, but things are looking rough for them. They're not gonna be able to take down CKM.
Thailand really struggling against this offense from Australia, or defense from Australia, where CKM,
nice air shot though.
He was close to falling, and as you say, not enough. Gonna get healed on up, and this far, it's just been a problem for them.
Yeah, you know, and I have to give it to Huss. I see him constantly in the backline. This time gets punished out by Petafan. Potentially the translocator caught up by Pluto there. Huss maybe not realizing that he couldn't save. Surprised to see a Soldier get that frag.
CKM again, holding in the back. Barrage ready. Of course, you got Tech Visor on the other side, but Petafan needs his team to make some space. Nanoboos gonna send the way. Australia going on in. Barrage out. Mickey, though, nullifies. Petafan destroys CKM out of the fight, but you see the Diva come on in. They punish Petafan, and Australia just not unsettled here.
Thailand gonna have major damage problems with both DPS there. Mickey commits the self-destruct. He's able to get the reback, and that's so huge in this fight. But a Kraken, huge bombardate on 3. Takes on Lucio, but it's not enough. Thailand with the control here, able to start this card moving on first point.
The problem is that this is an illusion. You'd think, all right, they're about to get in. Here's the reality. Australia is coming on in with a respawn advantage. It's difficult to get through. Even though Thailand is fighting admirably here, they don't get this pick on the Costa. They don't. Tita1 got greedy, got punished by CKM. And now Australia's coming back into the point. The fight certainly not over yet.
Everyone getting greedy here, but Apollo, the only Sombra alive now, cancels the resurrect from custody. He has got no Guardian Angel, can't escape there. Thailand looking to take first point.
That was a great EMP. You cancel the res, you get yourself in a good spot, and now Australia, they're running out of buys to throw at the point. Tracer hacked down, point to Thailand.
Thailand takes them all 4 minutes to cap first point, but they finally get it done. That is good enough on Rialto. His second point is so hard to hold for the defense, and again, they don't have to go so far unless Us just hanging out with Tita1.
The invisible friend he never knew he had.
But this is very risky for T-Bot. If he gets hacked here, he could get really caught out by CKM or a Kraken.
Oh, he's gonna get hacked now. No rolling away. Huss gonna get out the other end via the translocator. Not really the biggest ball throwing the ham in there, but just kind of letting you know, by the way, I'm a hacker.
Yeah, pretty hard to get the damage to do, but definitely pushes him off that position. Doesn't give him the setup he wants. There's probably a reason he's there, probably a setup he's looking for.
Here comes Tita1. Getting ready to roll on in, looks for the Ana, has the minefield, but the rest of the team fight passing on by. Huss picked off 2, and now he goes, yeah, you want to go for a swim? Yeah, you do. Get out of here. Nice hack to finish out the fight.
Here's where we learn Panthers cannot swim.
You know, is that, and neither can hackers from the future, apparently, is how that goes.
Not. Everyone going for a swim. Feeling a little dry here on Rialto. It's up to CKM now to try and hold back, but Patipon able to do so much on this soldier with another nano visor at the ready. This is what broke things open for Thailand on first point. Will they be able to repeat here on second?
We'll just have to see Patiphan holding on to the tac visor. And another sleep coming in. That's going to get Trill out of the fight for a little while. Thailand now trying to take the fight at the other end. But go back in, Nano Boost in, and it's going to be Nano Visor. A combo that is not seen all that often nowadays. And perhaps that's why it gets nothing.
Yeah, gets absolutely nothing. Completely zoned by the Diva. Custa staying out of that LOS with the Valkyrie. Putting out so many heals right now. Rocket with the sound barrier, but he just can't find a good time to commit it.
Oh, well, that's one way. Blast yourself off. Patiphan help him out there. EMP being struck in by Thailand. The follow-through is there. It's been a messy fight, but Thailand now starting to rise above it. Final 30 seconds, but Australia has been broken.
Thailand takes down a Kraken, able to make this work, able to push this through, potentially capping second point here. Australia, though, should have that final opportunity to contest point. And with the EMP from Huss, this could actually work out for them, but I expect to see Rocket in a very defensive position, hiding for that EMP.
And we see Huss already setting up here. Mickey being highly aggressive. Barrage out from CKM, and it gets Mickey against a Pudo. EMP now out from Huss. The rest of Australia all on in. They get the res on the CKM, and Australia working strong here. Time running down for Thailand. Self-destruct doesn't connect, but zones. Let's see if the stuff is Trill. Sleeping once more. Panties continuing to land good sleep darts, but too little, too late. Australia gonna be holding off Thailand here for a little bit longer. You see Mickey on the way back in. They get the pick off, but it just doesn't seem like it's gonna be enough.
Australia ending things here on Rialto with a 4-0 crushing victory over the home team. Thailand, Australia have to be feeling themselves now.
Absolutely, and look, Thailand was threatening at points in the series. They were threatening certainly on the first control map. They were threatening on Kings Row right after, but in the end, Australia, kind of slow starters, but very strong at the finish.
Certainly, their team coordination just finding the better of it there. Huss and Trill really having great synergy on the Sombra and the Winston. Such great dives in the back line, constantly producing. And we see both teams trying to get aggressive. Both teams want to attack those supports. Australia just getting the better of it here.
Now, I have to say is that you take a look at both these teams, there's definitely talent on both ends. And Australia, of course, it's a kind of a newer team for Australia. They're not going with the old form team. It's not an all-blank alumni. And, you know, this is kind of good for them where if you're going to have a slower day where you're working out some bugs in your strategies, work it out here where you're on a schedule that's probably a little bit weaker.
I mean, and part of what's, I think, working so well for Australia is having a player like Custa on the team. Very experienced Overwatch League player, understands how to call and lead a team, probably able to bring up a lot of these players to a higher level. They can perform mechanically, but anything they might lack in any strategic or decision-making areas, Custa can really supplement and you know, turn things around for them there.
All right, guys. Well, to give us a little bit more insight, we got Mika down on the floor.
Us from Team Australia. You guys have had 2 wins today, so how are you guys feeling about making it out of the stage?
Really confident. We've put in a lot of practice, so we're surprised if we didn't make it out.
And you guys are going to be going on, battling more teams. Who would you say you're really
gonna be
excited to
going right
play,
back
and
to
who
us.
would you say you're maybe a little bit scared to take on?
Excited, I'd say Sweden, and worried, I'd say China.
That's fair, that's fair. China has been looking a little bit dark horsey there. So thank you so much for coming out to talk to us, and congratulations on your second win of the day, and good luck as you continue on in this group stage. So we are going to kick it on back to ZP and Jake as they break down the awesome action that we just saw.
Always good to hear from the players there. Of course, Huss giving a little bit insights. And, you know, for Australia, you can hold your head high. You've come away from this day without any losses. You're ready to fight the Titans of Sweden and China. Definitely excited to see how that pans out.
Great map score from Australia, going up 7-1 so far in day one. That's exactly where you want to be going into the future. You know, that's like they're saying they're looking to qualify here. If they can take down Sweden or do well against China, you know, that's looking very, very possible for them. And I love to see Huss there looking cool, calm, and collected. Doesn't seem like anything less was expected.
No doubt. But of course, let's take a reflection back on what we saw a little bit earlier in the day. Some replays here for the series, and, you know, we saw Huss here on the Sombra. Huss was continually getting good Sombra plays.
Getting so much value, getting so much scouting here. And Trill, again, also another half of this aggressive dive composition. Oh, and here we see this massive amount of knockoff just completely cleaning up Thailand here on Oasis to start the series off.
You know, it's funny. I think in the beginning we saw a lot of really good Nano Winston plays, and then I feel like as time went on, they just get, you know, really got slapped over and over again, but that's a nice
hack by Pudo. And then we see Pendias, look at this. Barely gets the sleep dart out before the EMP comes down.
Oh man, one good sleep out of many. And by the way, speaking of great plays, you might have something there, but it didn't quite matter in the end.
Trill getting so much value off that Nano Boost. Great jump in. Here we see CCam's blade cleaning up. Fatty Fun there as well.
Oh man, you know, we go through these replay reels in a lot of cases, and there's not always a ton of good plays. This is fun.
This game was absolutely stacked. Sleeves, blades, primals all around. Fatty Fun here getting a big blade of his own.
Goes on in and forgives. It's like, but I stunned you. And Patafan goes, I don't care.
Fearlessly charging back in with the support of his team. CKM here. Ooh, nice clean dash resets there with the aid of Trill's Nano.
You gotta love all these mechanical plays. You know, it's like those mechanics. Good stuff across the board.
Yeah, I'd love to see also Australia sticking to their guns. CKM playing almost exclusively Pharah and Genji this whole series, but just doing so well on them, you know, you can't fault them for it.
Also that Patafan swap onto the Winston there. It's just like, yeah, he's a DPS main, but no, just casual Winston, no problem.
Yeah, Pudo also getting a lot on the Sombra. Almost holding first point was Thailand in this situation.
Thailand was close, there's no doubt about it, but Australia, anytime the chips were down, they found a way back in. They were survivors all the way through, and
nice sleep.
I hope this goes to McCree right after. Yeah, it does. Oh, I love this.
Man. What a setup.
That's actually, I think, one of the best replay moments ever. Like, kudos to the Observer crew and the replay crew. That's awesome.
It's one of the favorite combos in Overwatch. Sleep into high noon, just a classic. Nowhere to run. It is high noon, and when you're asleep, that's not the time to be asleep. You know, that's guys like kids. Don't wake up at noon. That's an unhealthy sleep schedule.
Yeah, it's quite bad. But guys, in case you're tuning in wondering, well, what were the standings here today? Let's take a look at them right now.